Hey guys, today I'm here to react to episode 3 of School Spirits. The last episode ended with a new suspect in terms of, I think, the viewer's eyes of where they want us to direct our attention and our suspicion to, which is the teacher. I think his name is Mr. Anderson, and I was suspicious of him, honestly, from maybe like the first moment we saw him on screen. Maybe it was the second moment we saw him on screen, but now that like they're pointing their attention toward him and it's already the third episode, I feel like it probably won't be him, but I also feel like there's not a lot of suspects that we have going on, like people we've met, and I really feel like if they're already trying to point us in a direction, maybe it is going to lead to something bigger. I just don't think they would reveal who it is already or even start to hint towards who it is already, and instead I think they'd throw in like some red herrings and stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe Xavier is it and they wanted to throw us off his scent. Maybe it's the teacher and they're trying to get him out of the way and get the suspicions out of the way earlier. Or maybe it is Simon, like I thought, who is probably the only one who we haven't had the suspicion of in like anyone's eyes, because obviously most of this is from Simon's point of view and like interacting with people, and Maddie, and Simon is the only one she can interact with, so she's obviously not going to be suspicious of him just yet. But those are my top 3 guesses right now, is Simon, Xavier, or Mr. A, so we'll see what it turns out to be. Yeah, that's a fair question. And not a good answer. Maybe he lives at the school, you know, maybe there's trouble at home, he lives at the school, because otherwise he definitely had some triple alarm in that room and saw that he was in there, or he knew because they gave him part of the phone earlier that maybe he would go back and look for more pieces, that he was now aware that someone might be looking in there. It definitely doesn't look good, no matter how you spin it. It doesn't look like he's looking out for Simon in any way, except that he's protecting someone else maybe, so, or himself. We'll see. I just love how she was so like, it wasn't easy, but it only took 2 episodes for her to think maybe Xavier had something to do with this, who's her boyfriend and obviously someone she cares deeply about and that you would expect she thinks cares about her. Meanwhile, it's a teacher. She's like, it can't be a teacher. I'm like, are you crazy? That's just so funny to me. They do have cute chemistry together. Like, that will make me more sad if he does turn out to be the killer, because I feel like they have a good energy together and it would just be sad. I mean, he might not even remember too, like if he snapped or something happened. Like, I feel like there's just got to be a reason why she doesn't remember what happened when other people do, because it's not like it's what happened to her exactly, because that's happened to other people that remember in the ghost forms, and it's just interesting. I like the transitions they do because they're so simple and that you can tell like you don't need like effects for them. Like, they actually had her just walk through the door and then him walk through another door, but it just translates the transition so well, you know? I want to know the background to this man so badly because everyone seems so easily able to believe that he's like a killer, and it's like, yeah, he's dating like, or not dating, but hooking up with a cheerleader and stuff who clearly knows that like he's not a crazy guy, but like, I don't know, maybe it's because he had the phone, maybe it's just because he had that loner outcast vibe going on, but everyone just seems very easy to believe that like he had something to do with it. He's so cute, Wally. Like, I think it's because he's played by Milo that he just has like that charm, but he's just such a himbo. I love him. It's so funny to me that they have like those big windows in the school that can practically watch out over the parking lot, because I feel like any other school, like the odds of you seeing someone break into your car are very small, but like in this school, like this is how everything happens, right? Like, this is how she saw Xavier in the parking lot. This is how he's probably gonna catch him. It's just funny. Man, this dude's car is messy. Nicole wasn't kidding. I'm starting to think I wasn't wrong when I said he lived in his car. Ew, she's there. I feel like she's there. She's here. She's every freaking where. Like, I don't know how she's in group, but then she's also following Simon around. Like, I get she's a ghost, but how does a girl have time for all this, you know? You're just one ghost. Look at that. It only took him a couple times before he finally remembered to put the headphones in so he looks like he's talking to someone. Yeah, I feel like he had every right to break into his car. Like, he's trying to figure out what happened. It doesn't matter if she feels like it's nothing's wrong. Like, clearly you didn't know, because, like, look what happened to you. You didn't know the best people in your life. He's just so much sometimes, but he makes me laugh. Yeah, dead. Like, I feel like they don't want to say it. Also, maybe don't say her name out loud when you're on the phone call because that might freak people out. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Well, because you were kind of wrong in that situation. Like, maybe if you'd opened up before, he wouldn't have, but like, you were kind of. I think we should be investigating every single person. I don't think we can rule anyone out just because they were once nice to you. And again, it's so funny to me that her boyfriend, who she's cared about for so long, she's like, I believe it just because he cheated on her, but like, the teacher who, yes, arguably was nice to her, but like, obviously, like, her boyfriend did nice things too, I'm assuming, and she's fine with thinking that he might have something involved in it. But the teacher, she's like, mm-mm, I can't believe it. Oh gosh, here comes Wally. See, this is what I mean about like the physics of this world. Where did he get a golf cart from? Like clearly he got that from somewhere, and I understand that people aren't seeing it moving, but like can he just will something into existence? Like you just will suntan lotion into existence and then you get it as a ghost? Aw, I wonder if he's been there the longest because I mean, for someone who, seemingly knew exactly what happened to him, he seems to have a lot of like philosophical feelings on how what she's going through. He barely fits in the golf cart. That's so funny. His leg is like at an angle trying to fit in there. Aw, look at her having fun. See, I feel like these could be her friends. I want the ghosts on the show more, and like see them actually trying to help her. Oh my gosh, this is so interesting to me. Like the field day concept is so fun, but like they can just stack stuff and move stuff. I I don't get how it works. Normally ghosts like maybe they can move things that are already there. Fair point. I mean, I guess this is a good way to get her rage out, I will say, especially with how she's feeling not only about Simon but literally everything else. Wait, that's so creepy. Someone like has oh, cuz someone has her phone, right? So they could be logged into all her accounts right now. That's weird though. Why would you like why you well, I guess you're trying to act like she's alive, I guess to throw off the trail, but that's very strange to me. Oh, and look who's following her. He doesn't have a phone in his hand, does he, though? I was trying to check it out. Because, like, clearly, like, someone's trying to mess with them, I feel like, right? Oh gosh, girl, this is where you went? I mean, I hope she's not the next one to get murdered. This is not a great idea. She should have waited for Simon. Oh gosh, I really don't know how he thought the optics of this were gonna look, but it looks sketchy, okay? Like, you followed her up there. Don't act like this is a normal thing, dude. Like, he keeps trying to do this. I'm like, I'm just a normal guy. I'm like, no, you followed her here. Don't, like, make her think that she's being weird for thinking it's weird that you're here. Maybe stop moving towards her. That would be great. I love how that's his excuse. That's his alibi for why he's not gonna hurt her. He's like, I'm literally shaking right now. It's so high up. Like, you seem pretty calm to me. So, if you were really that scared, I think you would have waited down at the bottom for her to come out. He doesn't seem weirded out by it though, right? Like I would be like, "Oh my gosh, someone liked a picture of her." Like I would like as her, I would be freaked out by that and he's just like, "No, it wasn't me." Like it's just weird that he's not more like, what's going on, you know? He doesn't seem fazed by it. I think he knows who has her phone. I feel like he's figuring out, or he thinks he knows who has her phone. Because, like, the way he's just so casually rolling with it, and, like, oh, maybe Sandra liked the picture by accident. Like, I feel like he's trying to cover for himself or cover for someone else. Yeah, and he could be. And if you would let look Simon look into it more, we could discuss one way or another if he actually is. Like, we could cross him off the list. Yeah, I just realized like she's saying all this, and Rhonda's in the background, who was, you know, had not good times with the teacher. So, what is she so freaked out about? I'm confused. Oh, it's the same room? I completely did not pick that up at all. Wow. It was a big guidance room that it was be able to be split into two huge glass rooms. Oh. Oh, okay, because yeah. What's his face in the cafeteria? I don't know why at the bus stop, but then the football field they should be able to talk too. I still don't know why they're connected out of everyone though. I feel like it's because he killed her, and you have a connection with your killer. Yes. And again, if we look into it, maybe we can cross him off the list, but he has done some pretty sketch things. Actually, it seems to me like you very much can do that without Simon. Apparently, you can touch anything and it just resets back to how it was, so teacher would never catch on that you're there. Like, it concerns me that Simon's getting his fingerprints all over everything, and if someone does walk in, Simon's the only one that's gonna get caught, like last time. Like, they're not gonna see Maddie, and Maddie, I don't think is gonna be able to intervene and help if anything does happen. This is so strange to me that, like, Nicole is now hanging out with Xavier and the mom, and Simon and Maddie are there. It's just, I thought Nicole would start being involved more with Simon and all that, and they'd bring her into what's happening there. But it's like Xavier's bringing her into what's happening with him and the mom, which actually seems genuine. Like, it's just so strange to me, and I'm still so untrusting of him. Oh, her mom was driving. Okay, well, if he took her home, then that could be where he got, like, access to passwords, computers, anything like that, maybe. I know she would still obviously have her phone on her, so he didn't take it then and there, but it would make sense if they were thinking, oh, someone accessed it from her laptop. Maybe that's also missing? I don't know. Aww. Really hope that doesn't come back to bite her. I feel like it's either Simon's gonna be the bad guy or Simon's gonna get in like big trouble and like almost get killed and she's not gonna be able to save him. Or maybe her ghostly powers will kick in that moment and she is able to save him. Interesting. What is he so upset about on the phone? Oh yeah, that's a good point. I'm like, why are you both hiding in the closet? What does that mean? That's never a good sign. Oh no, please tell me it's not her body. What money? Maddie never said anything about that. Does she not remember that? Huh. Oh, it's her ticket. So she was out in the woods? Or someone took her backpack and then came out in the woods with her? Yeah, I was like, no way she doesn't remember that. So, oh, maybe some. Oh, he could still think she's alive and that she texted him for money if whoever has her phone was messing with her. I mean, that's very hard to tell if those are her boot prints or not. Oh no, what is this? Oh, that's a lot of money. Yikes. I don't know. I don't actually think that that's why. Like, now I'm thinking that if someone has her phone and is clearly using her phone, is like liking pictures and stuff, maybe they texted her knowing the relationship, or maybe they texted the teacher knowing the relationship they have, being like, hey, can you give me money? I'm running away or something. And he would think, like, obviously, oh, like, she just needs to, like, cool off or something with her home. And he would give her the money. So I'm thinking maybe this happened after she disappeared. And then the other thing that I noticed in this episode, and they've done it, I think, in the last episode too, is they've mentioned that they're reading Frankenstein in their school like English class, and then there's also something I can't pronounce it. I'm so sorry, but the Greek myth where like the guy had to go to the underworld to rescue his wife, and the deal was he couldn't look behind her, right, or else she would go back. Those both have things about bringing people back from the dead, or at least bringing them to life, things that were dead. So now I'm kind of thinking maybe Maddie will come back to life at the end of this, because those would definitely be great metaphors and great like signs for what's to happen. And I feel like especially with Frankenstein, more so is definitely like bringing someone back to life. Obviously, like that was different parts and stuff like that, but still bringing someone back to life. So I feel like that could most definitely be what that's pointing towards. And then even the thing with like the myth with the underworld, like bringing someone back from the underworld, like the whole thing with that is someone, like, he looked back and ruined it, but if you could get it so he didn't do that, then maybe we could have something there. So I feel like that's definitely leaning towards something, and that's got me excited to see what other things I can try and pick up on in future episodes. But yeah, as of now, I think I'm not completely writing Mr. Anderson off, but I think this Cash thing is something that happened after she disappeared is my feeling. So if you have seen this episode and have any thoughts or theories, leave them down below in the comments and let me know who you think of right now as your #1 suspect. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!